We're seeing here images of Arturo on his arrival. These, I believe, were images at the airport last night when he arrived. Then, of course, came his medical check. Here he is at the medical services. All smiles, of course. Going in to take the routine medical that all new signings have to take, and also all the players as well when they return from duty. In fact, 6 of the World Cup players, the last 6, in fact, to come back and join the squad very bright and early this morning. They were doing that as well. That was Rakitic, Umtiti et al. They were doing this routine medical as well, which is always done at the start of the season, and of course with all new players as well, just to check that everything's in working order. Nothing wrong at all with Vidal. He did have a knee injury which kept him out of some of last season at Bayern Munich, but that's all been put behind him, and he's now fighting fit and ready, one would hope, to maybe even appear in Barca's next game, which is of course the Spanish Super Cup against Sevilla in Tangier in Morocco, which is an unusual place for the game to be played over one leg rather than 2 legs. That's on Sunday, and well, Arturo Vidal could well be playing in that game. Tattoo fans, a great chance there to admire a fine selection of tattoos on the Chilean's body. Bueno, hemos estado mirando imágenes de Arturo con su llegada al aeropuerto anoche, y también vimos unas imágenes de su repaso a la examinación físico, que es algo rutina que se hace con todos los nuevos fichajes.
Empezamos. Sí, Barcelona, así que muy contento por estar acá con ustedes.
Just saying there how happy he is to be here at the club. And these are images in the FC Barcelona Superstore here at the Camp Nou. Yesterday, appearing in front of the crest. Somewhat unusual because they normally appear in front of the crest outside the club offices, but this time it's been in the inside the Superstore. Now these are live images back inside the Camp Nou. As you can see, Mr. Mestre and Abidal walking through to where we're going to get the brief presentation for the media and a quick photo session. And we always get to hear a few words from the main protagonist, but when we get to really listen in depth, that's going to be at the press conference. That's not going to be happening for at least an hour, so do stay tuned to all our followers out there on Facebook and on YouTube and on fcbarcelona.com who are watching all around the world, and I look forward to interacting with you on Facebook, because I can see your messages are already flowing in thick and fast. We'll be interacting with as many of those messages as we can later on. Estoy diciendo que veo aquí los mensajes que están llegando aquí por Facebook, están pasando rápido, y vamos a estar interactuando con esto, con sus mensajes de bienvenida para el chileno, el tercer chileno en jugar en el FC Barcelona. Bueno, lo voy a dejar ahora en manos de Jordi Mestre, que va a decir unas palabras en catalán, yo supongo.
Som-hi.
So Jordi Mestre,
Bé, bon dia a
say some
tothom.
words.
Benvinguts.
He's
Gràcies per
welcoming
assistir.
everybody, thanking them
Avui
for
hi ha
coming.
la presentació de la darrera incorporació al primer equip,
The latest
Arturo Vidal.
addition to the first team, Arturo Vidal.
Arturo formarà part del primer equip, és un jugador amb una experiència contrastada.
A tried, tested, experienced player who's played at top-level teams, Juventus and Bayern Munich.
Molt bona experiència a Europa.
He's got plenty of European experience. We're sure he'll do a lot for the team. Intensity and quality football. We hope he'll be able to help us to win a lot of titles. He's very excited about it, so are we. The third Chilean player to play for the club, Alexis Sanchez and Claudio Bravo, came before him. And we hope both him and his family to bring some joy to the Chilean community. So now speaking directly to Arturo. Welcome him to the club there in Spanish.
Muchas gracias por su palabra. Estoy muy feliz de verdad de estar acá en el mejor equipo del mundo. Espero aprovecharlo al máximo, ayudar al equipo a ganar todos los objetivos y dejar la vida acá en el campo. Así que feliz y a empezar a entrenar luego nomás. Muchas gracias por el cariño.
So those were the words from Arturo Vidal there, speaking in Spanish, and of course thanking everybody for being here, talking about how happy he is to be here as well. He described FC Barcelona as the best team in the world. He says that he hopes to make the very most of this opportunity to play here. He says he hopes to give his life out on the pitch. I'm not sure about that. Don't need to go quite so far. Don't go giving your life, please. And he's really looking forward to training as one further member of the team there. Vidal holding aloft his shirt. In fact, a few of you people here on Facebook have been asking what shirt number he's going to wear. We don't know that yet. That's all to be revealed, the official shirt numbers for the team. I don't know exactly when. I can't tell you when, but obviously before the first league game of the season against Alaves. I'm not sure if they have to declare the official numbers before the Super Cup or not. I don't know if that comes into it. Another bit of shirt signing here from Arturo Vidal, signing the back of the shirt there with his name on it, but not yet his number. Click, 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 click. There go the cameras. The camera's going to be clicking, clicking all day. Arturo Vidal, the fourth new addition to the team this year. I do apologise, I've got a bit of a cough this morning. I hope that's not going to interrupt too much of your enjoyment of the proceedings. So welcome to the best club in the world, says just about everybody. Cali, Murtala, Gunk Aris is saying the same thing. Tengo muchas ganas de escuchar de chilenos. Sí, hay algunos chilenos aquí que incluso igual aficionados de Colo Colo. Yo vi esta mañana aquí en el Camp Nou, llegando, alguien con la camiseta de Colo Colo. No sé si hay más gente del ex equipo de Vidal cuando jugaba en Chile, pero chilenos hay que nos están escuchando. Tengo ganas de escuchar lo que tienen que decir sobre el gran Arturo, como ha dicho Jordi Mestre, el tercer jugador chileno en llevar la camiseta del FC Barcelona. Los dos primeros, claro, el Alexis Sánchez, que ahora está jugando en el Manchester United, y Claudio Bravo, que también está en la ciudad de Manchester, pero en el otro equipo, el equipo de azul, el Manchester City. You're all saying the same. Welcome to the best club in the world. Mohamed Rad is saying that. Welcome to the club of the century, says Taufik. Welcome to the best team, the best family, says Galina Abbas. Lisa McDowell says, I'm scared of this guy. I'm not sure where that comes from. Help the team to lift the Champions League, La Liga and la Copa, says Tholi. Soy de Chile, le deseo lo mejor en Barcelona. Colo Colo, el mejor equipo de Chile, ahora está en el mejor del mundo. Ay, lo siento, tu nombre se fue, pero gracias. Un mensaje de un chileno. Arturo, un colocolino de corazón, un orgullo para nosotros. Saludos desde Chile. Gracias. Aquí hay un chileno escuchando y viendo como el mejor jugador de Chile en la historia de la... Hoy se fue. Es que los mensajes van tan rápido que no puedo seguirlos. Es que nos están llegando tantos mensajes, pero me alegro esto. Jaime Rosales Villalobos, otro chileno y otro colocolino. Sé que esto es la palabra, pues he aprendido una palabra nueva hoy. Colocolino. La mejor para Arturo, un gran jugador humilde. Saludos desde la provincia de Chile o de Chiloé. Welcome to the best family, says Shafiq Afghan. Aquí desde Chile, grande Arturo Vidal. El Barcelona se ha quedado con los mejores jugadores chilenos de la historia. Francisco Javier Briones. A great player for a great club. One objective, Champions League, says Reis Miralovic. Yes, of course. Rey Arturo. A lot of people saying Rey Arturo. Of course, it's curious because Arthur was signed, the Brazilian, so we were talking about him being called King Arthur. And now we've got Rey Arturo. Arturo, of course, is Arthur in Spanish, so we've got another King Arthur at the club. Ferenc Hayek says one thing for sure, Vidal will not win any beauty contest. Oh, that's not a very nice thing to say. Welcome to one of the best clubs in the world, says Sodico. So it's not the best, but one of. Alguien aquí de Julio de Colombia. Saludos de Chile, grande Rey Arturo del pueblo colocolino. Saludos al Perro Sánchez. El Perro Sánchez. Se llama El Perro. Sánchez the dog. That seems to be one of the nicknames for the player's got lots of, as well as Rey Arturo El Guerrero, he's much known as, the warrior. And in Italy, when he was playing at Juventus, he was known as La Piranha. I'm not too sure where that came from. So all kinds of names, and apparently El Perro. Para llegar al Barça hay que pasar por Colo Colo. Saludos desde Santiago de Chile. Of course, born in Santiago de Chile on the 22nd of May, 1987. Now, okay, trivia question for you. Arturo was born on the 22nd of May, 1987. Which other great famous mega international sportsman was born on that same day, 22nd of May 1987. Es una pregunta para ustedes, a ver si alguien sabe. Nació el 22 de mayo de 1986, Arturo Vidal. ¿Qué otro deportista mundialmente conocido nació ese mismo 22 de mayo de 1987? Estoy esperando la respuesta, a ver si alguien sabe aquí en Facebook Land. Pues vamos... hey, commentator, please read my comment from Somalia. That's for Mubarak. There you go, I've read your comment. It's gone, I can't read the rest. Soy nacido en Chile. Bienvenido a la gran escuela de fútbol. That's Roger Canales. I hope he stays for a long time. Welcoming him from Big Albania, says Berat Chemaili. Welcome to the best team in the world, says Karamali. So does Mohamed Boujirida. I'm really sorry that... I'm not pronouncing your names particularly well. Buen jugador, solo que controle su temperamento, dice Edwin Salas Rojas. We've got someone here from Tangier in Morocco, Abdella Belafik. Of course, we'll look forward to seeing you in Tangier very shortly. Well, nobody seems to have come up with the answer to my question. Zain Mitwari, I think all the Barca stars are from North America. I don't quite understand what that comment's about. Not from North America, South America. King Arturo is in our home FC Barcelona. That's Hadi Awada. Again, welcome to the best team in the world from Mastadon. And Abarisid Mohammed, welcome to the best team in the world. Okay, well, nobody seems to have answered my question, so I'll tell you the answer myself. Also born on the 22nd of May, 1987, it's Novak Djokovic, the tennis player. He was born on exactly the same day as Arturo Vidal. They're both 31 years old. Please read my comment from Tunisia, says Tamari Adam. There you go, I've read your comment. Welcome to Tangiers on the 12th. It'll be an amazing day to see Messi, Vidal and Coutinho, said someone whose name I'm afraid you've gone already. Saludos de Puente Alto, Chile from Rafael Antonio. And from Guatemala, Anthony Garcia. Comments from all over the world, from Hungary here, from Simeon. Great to be seeing all of you. So, images here from last night. This was Arturo at the FC Barcelona Superstore there, holding one of the Barca footballs in his hand with the words "Mes que un club" behind him. Well, we're certainly signing a player who's got league-winning experiences. You know, it's 7 leagues.
Feliz, de verdad que estoy muy contento, con muchas ganas de empezar a entrenar con mis compañeros, de colocarme esta camiseta tan grande y de hacer cosas importantes. No, un sueño, como te digo, un sueño, espero aprovecharlo al máximo, ayudar al equipo a ganar todos los objetivos y demostrar por qué me compraron. Esperamos de todo, mucha garra, mucho corazón, ida y vuelta, ayudar al equipo en cada momento y hacer que el equipo siempre gane. Ganar todo. Los 3 años que tengo de contrato espero ganar todo lo que tengamos que enfrentar.
Those were the words there in Spanish from Arturo Vidal last night. He said that he's very happy, eager to start training with his teammates, to wear this big shirt, to be able to do important things. Said he wants to win everything. For 3 years he's got a contract with Barca, and he wants to win all the titles available. During my 3 years, I hope we can win everything we play for. He said he was really excited, particularly to play alongside Messi, Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets. Those are the 3 players he singled out. He called them great players. I mean, there's a lot of other great players at FC Barcelona, but those were the 3 that he particularly singled out. And perhaps no great surprise there, Leo Messi and Suarez, the 2 superstars up front, South Americans like himself. We're really got all kinds of South America. We've got Chilean, Uruguayan, Argentinian and Brazilian now at FC Barcelona, and Colombian as well with Yeremina. And of course Sergio Busquets, who so much is going to be expected of him playing alongside him in that Barca midfield where Arturo Vidal is going to be slipping in. Okay, I was just saying, do you know, it's the last 7 years Arturo Vidal has won the league. He won the league 4 times in a row at Juventus and 3 times in a row with Bayern Munich. Yeah, of course, these days Juventus and Bayern do tend to win the league all the time. But all the same, that's great to have someone with that kind of mentality who's won the league back-to-back so many times. That's 7, so let's hope he makes it 8 leagues in a row this year at FC Barcelona. And of course, to boot in that as well, he's picked up 2 Copa America crowns in 2015 and 2016, winning both finals. The first time against Argentina on home soil. I do believe that was the first time Chile had ever won the Copa America. And then the year later, it was the Copa America Centenario, and Chile did the trick again. That one played in the USA, once again beating Argentina in the final, once again on penalties. Chile didn't qualify for the World Cup. Bit of a surprise that they didn't go to Russia 2018. In fact, after they failed to qualify, Arturo Vidal announced his retirement from the Chile national team, a decision he later retracted, saying that he could never turn his back on the national team, saying that he's called El Guerrero, the warrior, for a reason, and now he's got back and he'll be with Chile competing for the future, the next Copa America, which I think is being held in Argentina. I'm not sure. Or is it in Brazil? I don't know. And of course for the next World Cup in Qatar. These are images that we just saw live earlier on. What's happening now is Arturo's getting kitted up. He's putting on his FC Barcelona strip, which he was presented with earlier on. He's going to be heading down onto the pitch, and we're going to see the traditional appearance on pitch level, where I'm sure we'll get a chance to see some of his juggling skills. It's going to be a bit different to the presentation. Of course, Malcolm's presentation last week was unusual because it happened in the US. We're so used to seeing players presented at the Camp Nou. He was presented at the Nike headquarters in Portland, so that was quite an unusual one. So now it's back to normal, and we're going to be getting the presentation here in the Camp Nou. These were the scenes earlier on when we got to see a few words. I think we're probably going to get to listen to these again. This was the Vice President Jordi Mestre with a few words of protocol in Catalan, announcing the arrival of the player, thanking everyone for being here. The latest signing for the first team, Arturo Vidal.
Arturo formarà part del primer equip. És un jugador amb una experiència contrastada.
Talking about how he's got tried and tested experience after playing for Juventus and Bayern Munich.
Una molt bona experiència a Europa.
A very experienced European player. He's a player who's going to bring an awful lot for us. Talking about his intensity, his skill and his quality. And we hope that he can help us to win a lot of titles. He's excited, we're excited. Also reminding us he's the third Chilean to play for the club after Alexis Sanchez and Claudio Bravo. And he's talking about how the large, very large Chilean community, that he can be a kind of representative for them.
Muchas gracias por su palabra. Estoy muy feliz de verdad de estar acá en el mejor equipo del mundo. Espero aprovecharlo al máximo, ayudar al equipo a ganar todos los objetivos y dejar la vida acá en el campo. Así que feliz y a empezar a entrenar luego nomás. Muchas gracias por el cariño.
Yeah, so those were the words from Arturo Vidal earlier on, about 20 minutes ago, where he was thanking people for being there and talking about how happy he is to be here, calling it the best team in the world. And well, this is a guy who's played for some big clubs in the past. He's played for Juventus, he's played for Bayern Munich and Colo-Colo as well, and Bayer Leverkusen too. But no, FC Barcelona is the biggest, best club in the world according to him. It's Més que un club. What does Més que un club mean? That's the question that's being asked up in the background. We'll talk about that later on as well. That's one of the marketing strategies of the summer, is the what does Més que un club. We're looking into what those words really mean. More than a club, literally, is what it means translated. But of course, it translates into so many things. It talks about how the club's got its Catalan identity. So it's not just football, but it's also basketball, handball, women's football as well. Great game yesterday, in fact, between Barca and Chelsea, which some of you may have been able to watch streamed online by the women. It talks about what the club does for the needy. It talks about the club's values, what it does through its foundation all around the world. Més que un club, that's what Més que un club means. Okay. Arturo Vidal was talking about how he hopes to make the very most of this opportunity to play here at FC Barcelona. And what I thought was perhaps the most worrying was he said he was ready to give his life out there on the pitch. Well, I do hope not. I know that in Germany, apparently, he was often described as the gladiator, but let's hope that doesn't go too literally. Okay, let's go back to some of your comments. Well, David de Jesus wanted him to go and play for Flamengo in Brazil. Well, sorry, he's come to Barca. Never mind. Got plenty of people from Morocco. Obviously, people are very excited about the fact that Barca are going to be playing in Morocco on Sunday against Sevilla in the Spanish Super Cup, which for the first time ever is being played outside of the Spanish borders, being played in Morocco. Welcome to play very football with Barca and the king of the best player, Leo. Okay, if Vidal comes in, can Busquets play? Asked Vucci. Well, of course he can. I'm sure they can slip in quite perfectly. Welcome home, the Magicians and the best team in the world, says Abikani Mohammed. Everybody's saying welcome to the best team in the world, with lots of little emoticons as well. And a lot of people, Francisino Xavier, one example, asking which number he's going to wear. We don't know. The shirt numbers haven't been announced yet, so I can't say. We also had somebody here asking which players Barca are going to be bringing to Morocco. Okay, as you know, the American tour, the players that weren't involved in the World Cup, and several members of the Barca B squad were involved. things obviously are going to be very different. This is the Spanish Super Cup. It's the first official title. This is an official match. This is not a friendly against Sevilla on Sunday. This is the Spanish Super Cup. So I'm pretty sure that Ernesto Valverde is going to take his full squad. He's playing for a title, so you can expect to see the complete, full Real McCoy FC Barcelona with all the stars. Arturo Vidal won't have had much time playing for the team, so whether he'll get to feature in the game, I don't know. I think there's a very good chance he will be, but that's something that we'll find out later. People asking if FC Barcelona can go and play where they are as well around the world. Well, they can't play everywhere, but Morocco and the US have had the luck this year. Okay, we've got images here from training this morning. We just saw, well, that's Luis Suarez, and before that we saw Rakitic. The last six, there's Samuel Umtiti, the last six players from the World Cup returned to training this morning. It was the first training session with a full squad there. You can see Gerard Piqué, all smiles. Jordi Alba, the Leo Messi, they've been back. The Spanish and Argentinians have been back for a little more of a while. Coutinho there, also back after playing for Brazil at the World Cup. So the full squad now back, ready, training, and all focused on the game in Tangier. There's Yerry Mina back as well this morning from Colombia. The full squad back in action training today. They'll also be training this evening at 6:30. I see no reason why Arturo Vidal can't go and join them this evening. I can't confirm that, but I would imagine there's no reason why not. There's Dembélé as well, back training with the team this morning. Scorching hot here in Barcelona. It really is horribly hot at the moment. I must admit, I've spent most of the time indoors. It's so hot you just don't want to go outside. It really is stifling hot. I mean, what is the temperature? I can never work it out because it seems to vary, and here they seem to often give the weather on TV. They give you the minimum temperature. Why that is, I don't know, because I know that back home in Britain they always give you the maximum temperature, and here they seem to work by giving the minimum temperature, which makes it seem a lot cooler. But no, I think it's about 38 degrees at the moment is the maximum. Very, very hot indeed. Okay, that was images from training this morning. These are images now live inside the camp now. You can see the press gathering down there because Arturo Vidal, once he's got his kit on, got his boots on, he's going to be coming out and saluting the fans from down there. I've been speaking a lot in English. Let's say some things in Spanish for our Spanish listeners out there. Sí, hemos visto imágenes del entreno de esta mañana y ha sido el primer entreno con el equipo completo. Se han vuelto Luis Suárez, Dembélé, Umtiti, Coutinho ha vuelto, Yerry Mina ha vuelto, Rakitic ha vuelto, los que estaban jugando las últimas eliminatorias del Mundial, los de España y Leo Messi también. Ya llevan una semana entrenando y claro, los que no estuvieron en el Mundial estuvieron en los Estados Unidos con la gira, pero esta mañana era la familia completa. Por primera vez todos habían vuelto, un entreno completo con todo el equipo, menos uno, claro, menos Arturo Vidal, que estamos viendo hoy su presentación, pero a las 6:30 esta noche hay otro entreno. Y supongo, no puedo confirmar, pero supongo que Arturo Vidal va a estar presente en el entreno, porque claro, tenemos un partido en Marruecos el domingo contra el Sevilla, la Supercopa de España, que este año se juega de una sola vuelta, normalmente se juega 2 vueltas. El motivo es porque Sevilla tiene un calendario súper apretado, que están jugando las clasificatorias para estar en Europa, y entonces pues se va a jugar a una vuelta. Personalmente me gusta más, yo creo que se tendría que hacer siempre de una vuelta, pero eso es mi opinión personal. Pero yo creo que va a ser muy guapo. También se va a jugar fuera de las fronteras de España por primera vez. Se va a jugar en Tangier, en Marruecos. Mucha gente de Marruecos enviándonos mensajes, algunos en inglés, otros en árabe, que no, lo siento, pero es que no puedo leer árabe, pero nos están enviando mensajes y preguntando ¿quién va a venir el domingo? ¿Va a venir a Barça con el mejor equipo? Pues claro, porque es la Supercopa de España, así que va a jugar con el equipo completo. Incluso Arturo Vidal es muy, muy probable, no puedo confirmar nada, confirmar nada, porque esto está en manos de Ernesto Valverde, pero es muy probable que incluso debute Arturo, el tercer chileno en llevar la camiseta del FC Barcelona después de Alexis Sánchez y Claudio Bravo. Pues ahora tenemos otro chileno y, como ha dicho Jordi Mestre, el vicepresidente, esto está bien porque es un icono para la familia chilena que hay aquí. Muchísimos chilenos aquí en Barcelona. Tengo el gusto de conocer muchos de los chilenos. Hay que decir, una gente muy, muy maja. Siempre me han caído muy bien los chilenos. No sé por qué, yo soy británico. Y no sé por qué los chilenos y los británicos siempre tenemos buenas relaciones. No sé por qué, pero me llevo muy bien con los chilenos. No sé, algo de la mentalidad de ustedes es muy parecido a la nuestra, no sé, pero siempre nos ha caído muy bien los chilenos. Así que un gran saludo a todos los chilenos aquí. Sobre todo los colocolinos, su ex equipo, el ex equipo de Arturo, con quien debutó en el año 2006. Solo jugó un año en el primer equipo de Colo-Colo porque vino muy joven a Europa. Jugó 4 temporadas en el Bayer Leverkusen. De hecho, fue el chileno más caro de la historia cuando fichó por el Bayer Leverkusen. Y el scout, el señor que tuvo mucho que ver con ese traspaso, es curioso, es Rudi Völler, el legendario alemán Rudi Völler. Estuvo 4 temporadas en el Bayern de Múnich, después se fue a la Juventus en Italia, 4 años ahí. Un año fue el jugador del año en el 2013. Llegó a jugar la final de la Champions, tristemente por él, perdió en 2015, pero para nosotros, claro, felizmente perdió porque fue contra el Barça en la final en Berlín, que ganó el Barça 3-1. Este año fue votado el 8º mejor jugador en Europa. Y después se fue al Bayern, jugando con Pep Guardiola en el Bayern de Leverkusen, en el Bayern Múnich, donde estuvo 3 años. Jugando con Pep Guardiola, así que esto se supone que ya es bastante familiar con algo de los métodos aquí en el Barça, esperamos. Pues bueno, un gran saludo a los chilenos aquí en el mundo. Pues los chilenos y los británicos se llevan bien. José Luis dice que podría ser por la rivalidad con Argentina. No sé, yo no voy a comentar nada de esto. Which position will Vidal play on the ground? Asks Asef Shirzai. Well, midfield, I mean, as we know, he's a box-to-box midfielder. Generally, as his career has progressed, he's kind of moved from perhaps more of a defensive midfielder to a more attacking midfielder. He's quite a utility player. He can move around positions. But box-to-box midfielder is the real word. You know, as in a midfielder that helps in defence and helps in attacks. He does score goals. I believe he was actually Juventus' top goal scorer one year. That's pretty impressive considering he's not actually an out-and-out striker. He is a player that scores goals. That's going to be very, very useful for the FC Barcelona artillery next year. Qué bueno refuerzo, él tiene garra y dará todo por el mejor equipo del mundo, dice Alexander Andrés. I'm just catching some of your images coming through. A lot of you are suggesting other players that you want to come to Barca. Are there any further signings this summer? We don't know. I'm sure that's a question that's going to be asked in the press conference later on, but I don't know any more than you do, so I can't tell you. Football without Messi is like a day without light. That's Ping Mayar Machina. I like that. That's very poetic. Great. What great changes Abidal can do for the club, says Diar Mazin. Let's hope so. Things are certainly looking pretty sweet at the moment. Please, where's the talking Barca ball, says Stephen. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll be getting to see him later on. I don't know. I can't confirm that at all. Really enjoying your messages coming through. We got someone here from Afghanistan talking about Barca, great team with an excellent coach. Ajmal is from India, but Barca is my second home. I was in India. I went to an Indian restaurant last night, had a vindaloo, and a very, very hot vindaloo indeed. So I'm hoping I can last out 2 hours here because woof, it was an absolute scorcher. Very, very tasty though, very, very nice. my favorite Indian restaurant in Barcelona. Can't mention it, can't advertise online. Okay, live! Arturo Vidal, there's the cheers. Arturo Vidal appears on the field here at the Camp Nou. Se escuchan los gritos, la afición que están aquí dentro del Camp Nou. Aquí en la cancha. Arturo Vidal, sin número, todavía no tiene número, el número ya se va a anunciar después, pero aquí imágenes en directo en esta mañana súper calurosa aquí en la ciudad condal. So Vidal goes across and collects the Barca ball, and now we're going to get to see some of his juggling skills. Plenty of Chileans, I think, in the crowd today. I think quite a few have come along to see him. This is a great moment for the Chilean community. I know they loved it when Sanchez was here, when we're counting. Oh, we got the counting. I think we got up to 17. Llegó a 17 contando aquí para darle un poco más presión. Lo he hecho bien. A veces con los nervios no les salen tan bien como debería, pero ningún problema hay. The typical thumbs up there from Vidal with his gremlin-like Mohican. Saluting the fans. Are we going to get to see some more juggling? Kisses the ball, puts it back on the plinth. Well, he's got to sign the ball, looking at the camera. I'm not sure if the guy who's secretly giving him instructions in his ear actually knows he's being mic'd up, because we could hear everything he was saying just then. So I think it was Arthur, when he was doing his presentation the other week, he had his back turned throughout the whole thing. He was doing a good job signing the balls. Curious to know what the ultimate destination of these signed balls is going to be. I tell you, it's so hot here in the Camp Nou at the moment. I'm worried that that pen's going to dry up on him. You see he's wiping the sweat off his brow. It really is dripping hot, sweaty here in Barcelona. I mean, the temperature's 38, but you've got to realise the humidity, because it's inside the city. So I'm not a meteorologist, but the heat is kept inside. It's like a cauldron in the city at the moment. It really is stiflingly, uncomfortably hot. But that doesn't bother the thousands of tourists in the city. They're absolutely lapping up the lovely hot weather. Arturo Vidal posing for the cameras. There's the thumbs up. Moving over for the other press. These are the images that are going to be seen all around Catalonia, the rest of Spain, and the rest of the world, particularly, of course, in Chile, where it's always a proud moment for them when one of their players joins one of the great teams. And, well, this is the greatest team in the world. This is Arturo Vidal, the third Chilean to wear the Blaugrana jersey of FC Barcelona. Chile, there's been such wonderful years for football in Chile in recent years, winning the Copa America back to back. Not going to the World Cup last year, unfortunately. They didn't quite qualify. Thumbs up from Arturo, who does have World Cup experience. He played at the 2014 World Cup down in Brazil. Chile went out of that on penalties. And that's his son. That's Alonso. Arturo Vidal's son joining him for a few skills, and let's see what he's looks like. See if there's a potential FC Barcelona player in him as well. Oh, he can kick a ball all right. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Es Arturo Vidal aquí con su hijo, Alonso. Estamos mirando a ver si hay un futuro. Uy, bueno, ahí no tanto, pero estamos mirando a ver si hay un jugador para el futuro del Barça. Ahí, igual el cuarto chileno en jugar para el Barça podía ser Alonso Vidal. Bueno, pues no sé. Hemos visto a Arturo firmando las pelotas aquí en el estadio con What does més que un club mean? ¿Qué quiere decir més que un club? Las palabras ahí en el fondo del estadio del Camp Nou, donde están haciendo reformas este verano. No tiene nada que ver, me dicen, con el Spy Barça. Este proyecto está a punto de empezar después, pero están haciendo algunos trabajos aquí y es por eso que no se está abriendo el estadio como normalmente se hace, que se abre todo para todos. Y solo están los aficionados que están haciendo el tour del estadio, que tienen el privilegio de presenciar esa presentación del chileno aquí en el Camp Nou, que está con su hijo Alonso. So I think that seems to have concluded the presentation on the pitch. Arturo Vidal, we don't know what shirt number he's wearing yet. A lot of people are asking on Facebook here. I can see someone else asking now. We don't know what shirt number he's going to wear. That's something for you to speculate about for the future. But that was the presentation of Vidal on the pitch. The final stage of the events are going to be the press conference, which is going to be in the Auditori. That's going to be coming up in probably about half an hour, 45 minutes from now. These are images from yesterday. This is Arturo Vidal arriving in Barcelona. I think this is at the hospital, when he arrives at the hospital, or is it the airport? This is certainly when he takes his medical. These are the images of him arriving, all smiles. I did it in Spanish. We can do that now. We can perhaps run through a bit of the background of this player. Originally, he comes from Colo-Colo, which the biggest team in Chile. I mean, it's dangerous to say that because, I don't want to offend fans of other teams in Chile, but Colo-Colo is certainly a very, very big team in Chile. And he made his debut for them in 2006 for the first team. Only played one season. The reason for that, we were snapped up very young by Bayer Leverkusen in Germany in 2007. He was flying to Europe at a very young age. The most expensive Chilean football of all time at that time in 2007. In fact, somebody who was involved in that transfer was Rudi Völler, who was the technical director at Bayer Leverkusen, the legendary German. He was part of the team that brought him across for 4 seasons at Bayer Leverkusen, playing in the Bundesliga. And then in 2011, he moved to Juventus, where he was a huge success, played 4 seasons there at Juventus. He was their player of the year in the 2013 season, won the league 4 times in a row. The first season at Juventus, won the league without losing a single match. And of course in 2015 got to the Champions League final, sadly for him but not sadly for us. Lost that game because it was 3-1 against FC Bacelona, of course, in Berlin, the final in Berlin, which Juventus lost 3-1 to Barca. Arturo Vidal was playing in that game. That season he was actually voted the 8th best player in Europe. 4 years in Juventus, won the league every year, and then he went to Bayern Munich in 2015, managed at the time by Pep Guardiola, which tends to make you think that, yeah, he obviously knows something about the way things work here at FC Barcelona, knows something about Guardiola's playing system, which obviously ties into the system that we use here at FC Barcelona, so that gives him an idea already. So that should help him, I think, to settle in very nicely into the midfield. He won the league 3 years in a row as well. So that means that at Bayern Munich, that's 7 years in a row. 4 years at Juventus, 3 years at Bayern, he's won the league. So he certainly knows what it's like to win titles, and hopefully he's going to make that 8 leagues in a row and further as well here at FC Barcelona. Images now of when he signed his contract. This is when it became official, about an hour ago, in the company of Vice President Jordi Mestre. This was here in the Camp Nou not so long ago. If you were watching it, everyone, we got to see these images live. If you didn't see those images, you can see them again. How the pen is finally officially put to paper. Of course, huge success for this player at Juventus and at Bayern Munich, but also playing for Chile, where in 2015 Chile won the Champions League, the Copa America. I think, if I'm not wrong, it was the first time they'd ever won that in 2015. He was in that team, featured very prominently, one of the stars of that team, alongside, of course, Claudio Bravo and Alexis Sanchez, both players with a Barca past. Bravo, I think, was still a Barca player at the time. And a year later, in 2016, there was another Copa America. It was the Copa America Centenario that was held in the US. And Chile did it again. They once again got to the final. They once again won it. It was once again against Argentina. Once again on penalties. Wonderful for Chile that to win back-to-back Copa Americas. Not so wonderful, of course, for our poor Leo Messi, who didn't get to win out on that, but great for Arturo Vidal and for that wonderful generation, probably the greatest generation of Chilean players of all time, dare I say. I mean, I don't think Chilean football's ever quite hit the heights as it has done in recent years, although they missed out on the World Cup. They didn't qualify for 2018. Chile, one of the big absentees from that tournament, alongside Holland, of course, and the US that didn't go there as well, and of course Wales, another of the great teams that weren't there. But Chile didn't qualify, and in fact Arturo Vidal announced his retirement from the national team, from La Roja, after they failed to qualify, but he soon retracted that. I think it was just a heat of the moment thing, and he said no, he could never turn his back on the Chilean national team. He's known as El Guerrero, the warrior, for a reason. He's a warrior, and he wanted to continue playing for Chile, and he will be doing so. So that's yet another South American team to keep an eye on. It's always great when we have the World Cup breaks and we can follow all the different teams around the world. Of course, since Claudio Bravo moved on from FC Barcelona, we've had no direct interest in Chile. We do again now, so we can now follow Chile because we've got a player playing for them. Un peruano, soy peruano, dice Alberto, pero reconoce que Vidal es un excelente jugador. Welcome, Mr. Arturo. Feel like your house, says Evrad Gibril. Espero que puedan ganar el Champions este año con Arturo Vidal, dije Pato. Es que es un trofeo que le falta a Vidal después de 4 años en la Juve y 3 en la Bayern. Es que jugó la final en el 2015, pero nunca ha ganado la Champions. Pues esperamos que por fin cumpla este objetivo también en el Barça y lo gana este año. Si no recuerdo mal, este año la final se juega en Madrid, ¿no? En el Wanda Metropolitano. Pues esperamos que el Barça está ahí con Vidal y con todas nuestras figuras y que lo ganemos. Vamos a ver. Welcome Vidal to the best club, says someone in... No, what script is that? I'm not sure. Looked Asian, sorry, I don't know. Welcome Vidal to the best team, FC Barcelona. The best midfielder in the world, el mejor mediocampista del mundo, dice alguien. Un rey ha llegado a Barcelona. Vamos, Arturo Vidal, dice Marcelo López. Welcome Mr. Arturo Vidal from Saif Morad, watching from Aruba. Oh, wow. From Aruba, Andrea de Lange. Great to hear you from all around the world. Somebody from Ghana, Felix, great to hear from you. From people from all over the world. Para los de Chile, especialmente me gusta escuchar. De Chile, todo el éxito para el Rey, el mejor jugador en la historia chilena, dice Carlos José. El mejor en la historia chilena, pues podría ser, podría ser. one of the best from South America, Arcar Soe. Yeah, and you could argue that the other best from South America are also here because we've got some great South Americans here at FC Barcelona at the moment. Okay, this is the Auditori. Esto es el Auditori aquí en el Camp Nou, donde dentro de poco tendremos la conferencia en directo desde este mismo escenario. Supongo que estará Jordi Mestre y Eric Abidal también. No lo puedo confirmar, pero esto es como suele ser en estos casos. This is the Auditori at the Camp Nou. This is where we're going to be bringing live coverage